It's 6 o'clock, and then I have this feeling that it's been like really intense and inspiring day. And then we're gonna close this conference with the panel discussion, which I'm going to host. And this is, the theme is like practical access and well-being through nature practices for people with disabilities. And I would like to invite Tamara and Honorata, who are going to be my guests, to introduce yourself briefly, and then we can move to the conversation. And I see like Martin waving and clapping there because they're colleagues from work, yeah?
Should I start?
Yes, Tamara, please.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Tamara, and I'm a psychologist and a scholar as well, and also an educator, kind of a freestyle. Participated in some projects within Europe. Now I'm working with adolescents, with adults, and also with seniors, both as psychologists and a lecturer at the university. Relatively recently, I have joined a team of association I Hear the Heart that works with people with multiple disabilities, and we work within an occupational therapy workshops, and I serve as a psychologist, and that's how I have joined Accessible Forest project.
Thank you, Tamara. Honorata, what about you? Can you say a few words about yourself?
Yes, okay, I will try. I'm not trying. I just will say. So my name is Honorata, and yes, we are colleagues from work, and we both working with people with disabilities. I am occupational therapist, although I was studying architecture and urban planning, and that gave me this sensation of details. So I think I'm looking more deeply at things. As it turned out, I've been involved in occupational therapy for many years now, and I'm working with people, with our participants, people with disabilities, from about 15 years. So that's about me.
Yeah, 15 years is like really quite extended experience. I remember when we were preparing for this conversation, we walked through many different experiences, and then we thought that what would be very inspirational as a start would be sharing stories. So my first question would be, what are your most powerful experiences of inviting people with disabilities for forest walks? If you could share some of these most powerful stories.
I think I will share first the presentation.
Okay.
We prepared, I think, nice one.
Great,
So
great.
we'll do this right now. Let's give me the moment, please.
Sure.
Yes. 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 Do you see it?
Yes. Yeah, it's absolutely visible.
So, firstly, we also would like to give the floor to our participants, because I think they can say like better about their like most beautiful and most important experiences what they had. So please listen. We invite you to just watch and listen for a moment. Okay, a short video. So.
Dla mnie las jest zbiorem zwierząt, roślin, drzew.
A dla mnie taką oazą spokoju, ciszy i kontemplacji i relaksu na duszy.
Gdybyś miała zaprosić kogoś na spacer do lasu, co byś mu powiedziała? Dlaczego warto pójść razem do lasu?
Ania? Ja powiedziałabym,
że jest to spacer, który pomoże ci spotkać się z przyrodą i z samym sobą, z samą sobą.
A dla mnie właśnie, żeby pójść do lasu, odpocząć, zrelaksować się, posłuchać przyrody, poczuć ją, dotknąć jej, odpocząć.
A nawet też, żeby kontemplować przyrodę i wyciszyć się i odciąć się od gonitwy myśli, które mam co na co dzień w głowie. Taka cisza, spokój
W głowie.
w głowie, tak.
Który spacer leśny zapamiętałaś najlepiej? Co się wtedy działo?
Najlepszy spacer, na którym byłam, były dla mnie wiosenne, bo było ciepło, słyszałam szum lasu, liści, śpiew ptaków, szum z daleka wody. Było bardzo ładna pogoda, słoneczko świeciło. Najbardziej mi się podobało na tym spacerze, że byłam z grupą kilkuosobową i że gadaliśmy sobie, byliśmy w grupie, nie byłam sama tylko z grupą i dla mnie to było wielkie doświadczenie. Cieszyłam się, że w ogóle wyszłam. To było dla mnie wielką przyjemnością, że szłam na taki cudowny spacer i wyjątkowy. Lubiłam dotykać na tym spacerze drzew, trawy, liści, różnych patyków, na przykład moje rąk, buzi, ust, oczu i że miałam piękne widoki.
So yes, if you ask for this most powerful and meaningful stories connected with this experience of inviting people with disabilities to the forest, for me personally, because I am, unlike most of other therapists who work with this group, I'm a really new person and I'm discovering many things. And I didn't actually realize that that it's so not easy, that it's so difficult for people with disabilities to access the nature. I never thought about that because the topic of accessibility when it comes to architecture or the urban space, it's actually it only recently became in a Polish public domain, and now it's in its implementation, and it's happening. But the topic of accessing the nature, of how it's how the parks in cities or how the forests, how can we ease up the access of disabled people there? It's still not a topic at all, actually, and only working with them and putting the effort to bring them to the forest or to bring them to the park made me realize that that it has a lot of challenges on a way, of course. But then again, the way they experience it, because it's very often a new experience or a very rare experience for them, it brings so much benefits and so much emotions as well, and so much. They were so happy and they were talking about that all the time. You know, the stories that they've been there and how did it felt and what did they see. And I think this is the topic that definitely we have to raise. And one of the most powerful stories for me, because then they come to the psychologist room They shared the experiences with me. Was one of the participants. Her name is Marta. And Marta is experiencing multiple disabilities, including the physical. It's connected with cerebral palsy. And because of that, her body is in a spasticity. Yeah, so it's distorted, it's twisted, and it brings a lot of pain to her as well. But she shared that story because she was on one of the photos from the forest, and her hands were within the trees, and she hates her own photos, and she hates to watch her body. But one of the therapists asked to use that photo to create one of the cards, yeah, that are the part of the project. And she agreed. And the moment she saw that card and saw the picture, and her hands and whole her posture was just a part of the forest and like so similar to the trees, she was so moved, and she really loved that that picture. And during this conversation with me, she said something like, you know, at last I wasn't like different, like I matched there. I was like, I felt like I don't look distorted, you know, twisted. I'm like, that's the things that surround me, and I'm like that. I'm like, the nature is like me. And it was so moving for me as well that I almost burst in a tears, you know, because for her it was like really existential. It was something that you cannot bring in the psychologist's room, you understand? It's like this kind of very, very deep, profound, existential experience and feeling. And for me, I will remember that story for all my life, definitely. And that also made me think how powerful as a therapeutical tool this forest baths can be. So definitely that's the most beautiful and powerful story that I experienced in that project.
Thank you, Tamara. And then when you shared this story, I also like felt it's not only powerful as such, but it has this like deeply healing potential. Because I imagine that for Marta, having this experience and having this shift of her body perception must have been very healing. Honorata, do you also have like one story to share, like powerful story of one of the participants which you could bring here?
Yes, I have. I wanted to tell you about Sylvia. I guess it was Sylvia on one of the walks. I'm not sure if it was the same walk, but maybe. I don't remember that, but I remember Sylvia. This girl, she's on the wheelchair, and people on wheelchairs, and they have like more like their experiencing of nature is more difficult, much more difficult, because they usually don't use all senses. And here we wanted for them and for her to use all her senses. And what I mean by that, we just when we went on the like the right place, we took her from this wheelchair, and it was like the first experience like this in her whole life. She could through this like really with her all senses, all body, touch the ground, the dirt, the grass with her hands, with her foot, with her legs, with her like all body. And it was so powerful that I almost wanted to cry, because I know how important it is for them, and it was for her, because really I wanted to highlight that she really experienced like the nature like this in the first time of in her life. So it was really, really strong.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Sylvia and Marta, you can see in a presentation.
Yes.
Those are the pictures created upon the photos from this forest walks, and those are the girls we're talking about. Yeah, and they are so proud also of this cards, of these photos, that they were part of it, and they love to watch it and remember it. It's something exceptional for them.
Yeah, so Honorata, maybe you can now present Sylvia and Marta on the presentation, so we can associate the images with the stories.
I don't know if you see it. Do you see the mark? No?
No, I don't yet. I don't
So on the left side with the wheelchair.
Yes,
yes.
yes, maybe like this. Like
Yeah,
the left up, like in the
moment of
the
grounding.
left corner. The left up corner is the Sylvia, like
Mhm.
lying on the ground next to the wheelchair. And Marta is like the opposite, like down right corner, the when she, like the girl on the wheelchair, which holds the stick.
And
the
then
smack.
up when she watches also the branches,
Yes.
which are crooked. Mm.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
these are the
Thank you.
girls. Yes.
Okay, yeah, and thank you also for bringing these powerful stories. But then from these powerful stories, like the question arises, how we make these powerful stories possible. So how we create a space to make these things happen. So my next question would be like, how can we start? And what do we need to take into consideration beforehand? What are from your experience, your practical tips and tricks?
Yeah, so maybe I can start from this like the first things. Like when you prepare the walk for people with disabilities, for this special needs group, you need to first think about for example, path, the track path, yeah, where you will go, which way you will go in the forest or in the park. This is very important. I would advise to check it first by yourself. Then you need to know how many assistants do you need, because if you have in your group people on wheelchairs, you need to have assistants. Like the best is when every person have their own assistant. It's the best thing, but sometimes reality is different. Anyway, you need to think about it when you prepare yourself to this kind of activity. What else? You need to also be aware if there is a place where they can like how to say it, where if there are any toilets, I mean, yeah, on the way, because they might need it. Yes, if there are not, you need to be creative and think like in an alternative way about it. You need to also think about what to take with you, like mats, I don't know, blankets, I don't know what else, like also something to drink, and maybe umbrella, depends from the weather. So I think this is the most important things for the beginning, for the first step for me. And the rest is the preparation of participant, but I think Tamara can say more about it.
Yeah, because the thing is, that for us who are fully physically abled, like going to the forest is easy, and we perceive forest as a safe, or a park in a city as a safe place, like where we can escape from the noise, from our sorrows, you know, like to feel comfortable. But then you realize that to give that experience for the disabled people, both physically and mental, what is important is to actually create the safetiness of that space. So they can immerse, they can relax, they are taken care of, so they can move through, yeah, or they can, so there's somebody to assist to help them to lay down, and as Honorata mentioned, to support with physiological needs, yeah. So those definitely are the things that to create this experience, that immersion, and to reach the liminal space that we are all talking about. This is the threshold of this experience, right? But from the psychological point of view, also it's important to prepare your participants and to understand with what kind of challenges that they meet. Yeah, so you can actually help them and support them. And so many of our participants, they not only they experience the physical disabilities, but also the mental and the intellectual. So to make them understand and to give the frame actually of the experience, we discovered it's good to talk with them and to explain first, yeah, what are we going to experience, what is it, yeah, what is the purpose, where will we go, how it's organized, so they can actually feel safe. And the other thing is that with bringing a liminal space to also this kind of self-experience, it's good to talk, especially with the mental disabilities or on mental disorders. I made like individual talks with them to check if they are afraid of something, how do they imagine that walk, and to check if there is no fear about it. And actually there was one of our participants that during the talk he revealed that he is afraid, like really, like maybe it wasn't a phobia, but it was very intense fear of rain and of a storm, and that he is afraid to go out there because it might be raining or a storm, and he doesn't know what to do at that moment. And it was very interesting experience as well, because we managed to work with that using one of the supporting materials that we were preparing for the project. And the aim of that material, which was an audio material, was a kind of a guide for people who would like to bring that practice to their own facilities, who would like to become guides for the forest baths. So that was the aim of those audios. But I used that audio to desensitize Christoph, that was his name. I gave him the audio and I asked him, because he loves to listen to the sound of birds or the music. And I asked his mother, Honorata, help us with technical issues. And I asked him to start listening this audio. It was in Polish. And that was actually my voice, so it was familiar for him, but doesn't have to be. But it was very mild kind of meditation that included rain and a storm. And after a week, Christoph came back to me with a great smile, and he says, "Miss Tamara, I'm not afraid of rain and storm anymore. I want to go out." And I was like, "Whoa, this is well amazing, like to have this outcome." So basically, we would like you to invite you to listen. It's just a minute, I think, short meditation, this audio, because they will be accessible, available. They will be available on the website as well. And as far as I know, you will be able to download them, to use them as a tool. So we would like to show a bit of it, so we can actually experience that.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes actually, and it's like the short version. Okay, so let's listen.
Hello. This recording was created as a part of the Accessible Forest project, which aims to make the experience of immersion in nature accessible to everyone, regardless of any limitation in accessing the natural world. You are likely someone who may one day invite others into a similar experience. This recording is dedicated to trust and patience. Find a comfortable position. You may sit or lie down. If you wish, gently close your eyes. I invite you on a journey into your inner world, immersed in the sounds of nature. Imagine taking a calm walk in the rain. Let yourself enjoy the feeling that comes with the rain. Notice its rhythm, its softness, its soothing touch. So yeah, that was one of the surprising effects, but actually it worked, and that was really for him also great opening to feel more comfortable. So I think that's definitely, from psychological point of view, this is the thing we should remember about, that they should feel both safe in a practical way. So there is somebody who will take care of the taking care of them in a physical way, but also they are prepared mentally. What's going to happen? Where are they going? What is it about? What for? And one more thought is that paradoxically, in the beginning, I think this forest walks, they thought it's going to be another trip, another excursion, like they can chat and have some time together. as a group, because when you work with disabled people, you understand they don't have so many social opportunities to go out of their houses or to meet other people than their own families. So every chance to be with other people or going to new places is kind of a social occasion. So it was also important to give them that frame that we are as a group together, and at some point we will share and we will talk. But what's important in this experience is focus on your own experience, thoughts, to deep dive into themselves, and not be focused on other people, but in your experiencing the nature. And that also had to be introduced and understood by them, so they can actually go through that process. You know, this is so it's obvious, but then you never think about that. They don't have those occasions. They can't take the keys and say, I'm going to the forest, bye. You know, like they always have to ask someone to organize that. They don't have this freedom, even if they physically able, because of the mental or intellectual disorders. Also, they are kept under this kind of protection, but this protection can be very restrictive sometimes. So you don't go anywhere because something bad gonna happen to you. You can't go to the forest because you're gonna get lost, right? So it's very rare for those people to actually experience self-time within nature, because they have to be taken there. They have to be taken care. So to give that space for them, I think it's very important and very rare as well. So we should do it more, in my opinion. Yeah.
Thank you, Tamara. And then, yeah, when you were talking, you mentioned several things, and it was also very much present in this short, rain meditation, because here you said, well, it's very much about trust. And you were, talking, and I think, like, all these actions, all these, like, practices, they are aiming and creating kind of psychologically a safe space, but also a space of trust. And my question would be, like, what we can do more, like, to make sure that this trust is there, but also that this experience of, like, going to the nature, going to the forest, or going to the park, any time of nature, is, like, as much inclusive as possible. And I see already this beautiful picture. So probably these are examples of, like, how to make it inclusive. So any of you, like Honorata or Tamara, to, like, maybe
because I was talking so I got carried away.
Okay.
So I was talking so much.
Okay,
Maybe
so-
Honorata want to say something as well.
Yes, so
Well, what can we do more? When I'm thinking about it, I think, for example, about well, in the context of our participants, I mean people with disabilities, there are cases where when or where they don't speak, for example. You don't know how they understand you. They don't communicate in a straight way. So we can do more, like like we should take them and just try like kind of alternative ways of communication. And I'm thinking also about example, I think Dagna's example, like experience with when she is working with her groups, I mean immigrants, when they don't understand languages like what you are saying. So I would also adapt here the one of the ways. I mean, you can just show them what you are doing, and they can like repeat what you are doing, and in this way include them more, or include more people, like, I mean, with disabilities. Yes. Also, so and also we need to, I think, like raise or try to raising awareness about it. Just
Yeah, and with this inclusivity, many of our participants they have this hearing or sight impairment. So I think it's very important as a guide when you take such a group to really know who is coming and what they are able to see, hear, experience, so you can actually connect with them and connect with the surroundings, right? To call those senses also that they are able to transmit within, yeah. And what Honorata said as well, many of them either experience speech impairment or have aphasia, so they don't basically talk, but it's very, because we have those phases, yeah. So we have this sharing moment. So it would be great to find a way. And it doesn't have to be fancy way. That's why we put also those pictures on the slide, you know, just to give them the chance so they can also share how do they feel or what do they see by using the gesture, yeah. And we can also introduce those gestures, or even like we put those little pictures that are created from what was found in the forest, but showing like the emotion, for example, yeah. So what emotion is within them, so they can share with others if they can't share with words. I think also those cards that were created for the project are really beautifully done, and I think they bring also a lot of kind of impressions and emotions that can be used as this kind of communication tool. So definitely this two things to be able to enable the communication of those people and to know your group and what they can actually experience. That's very important to include. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Tamara, and thank you that you also mentioned that in the frame of the project are already materials, like these cards, for instance, that you can use, and they are just ready-made, so you can, and they can facilitate the communication and connection, yeah, with your group, because I think where we communicate with them and in order to connect, so to somehow enable them to connect to themselves, as it was shown in the video, and to the nature. And not to stay on this individual powerful stories level, but also move to the systemic level. My last question for today would be like, what could we do next? Because this conference is also very much future oriented. So what could we do next at the systemic level to make nature more accessible for people with disabilities?
You know, as simple as putting a toy for disabled people in a parks in a city. Like, I didn't realize until I took disabled people to the park that without this toy we couldn't be there. You know, and I think there is only one in which, I don't know, Honorata, Marcin, if you know better, please say if it's different. But you know, before I started to work with disabled people, I never thought about that. It never crossed my mind even. And I understand now parents or caretakers who will restrain of taking disabled person to the park because how to deal with the physiological needs and not making it embarrassing or unsafe for the person. Of course, there are other methods, but it should be in a public discourse, yeah, that we making architecture, museums, institutions. It's great. I'm so happy it's happening. Then again, why we forgot about nature and parks, and which is so important for mental health as well, And the second thing, of course, is like the kind of a paths that would make it possible to bring people on wheelchairs, but definitely also raising awareness about how therapeutical it can be for people, for all those reasons we've mentioned, and all those examples that we gave, and hopefully those short videos that they are talking by themselves will also make an impact, to make people understand that they have a right to be in nature, but it's not easy for them. So definitely writing, sharing, talking about that, it's something that should be done, in my opinion.
Totally, I can relate to this. Honorata, anything to add to what Tamara was saying?
I would add what I actually said before, like just raising the awareness about it, and about accessibility, like to make it more accessible, and like spread the news about it, that it should be taken by consideration.
I think we have to make an action in Łódź, guys. Like, we're gonna take them to every park, like every.
Yes.
We won't hesitate. We will make those, actions, and like so happy time, and to just stop restraining that and just show it's possible, and we want more. Yeah.
Totally,
Yes.
and I can imagine you take them to every park, and you also film.
And we have many
you
parks
put
in
them
Łódź.
on. Yes, and you put
Yes.
them on news. Yeah, now, because like for me, we're also like, I must also admit, but like, but we started our conversation, Honorata and Tamara, talking about toilets, and I was also not aware totally, but like lack of toilet and lack of toilet facilities can be such an obstacle, and actually can stop, can refrain, people with disabilities from enjoying the beauty and the healing nature of this experience. Okay, I'm like looking at the time, and then we still have 3 minutes left. So like, we can give this space for our audience. So if there are any questions, any comments, like you can write them in chat, and you can like unmute yourself and just like say it, or you can also raise your virtual hand, so we can still have this space for comments or questions. I see Dagna's heart like traveling and going to the thank you, and then any more hearts, any more comments, and the questions coming. Oh, like another heart from Dagna. Dagna, it's amazing. Okay. And from Elizabeth, yes, and then like celebrations going on, and thank yous. I guess like we are at this point when maybe speaking is getting like really difficult, because it's been like 9 or almost 10 hours of talking.
I have a hand.
I see Dagna, I see your yellow hand, but maybe like Honorata, you can stop sharing your screen so we see like more people. Yeah, this would be great.
Yes.
Yes.
And just also to underline how grateful I am that you as a team took this challenge and opportunity to do that, because when we comparison maybe it's not good, and still the effort that needs to be done to bring and make accessible forests for this kind of population is huge. And I'm just wondering, how do you feel with that? Do you feel a sense of achievement? How it is for you personally, introducing this to those communities?
Super rewarding, amazingly rewarding. because then you can see the impact. Because you can see, like, for me, walking for a park, it's like I coming back from work, I can just drop in a park and, or go on Sunday, and then you bring someone, and as I say, I only then realize that that's not accessible for them, that they cannot do them alone. And then, and also, as I said, like, we have this people that we work with that they don't speak, but like we take them to this walk, and we have very beautiful big park, which is almost like a forest. And then Martin is his name. He comes out and his face is just like lightning. Like, you can see the change of the face. He's the different person. And what else do you ask? You know that you made some, like, just by bringing them to the nature, you made something very, very beautiful and exceptional. And then just to direct them to connect with nature, I think nobody did that for them before,
Yeah.
Super,
And
super
then
great.
there is one more question coming from Elizabeth, and I really find the question very powerful, so I will read it. Does this experience motivate you, give you more courage to take on more impossible things? What do you have planned next?
Honorata will say, because she's planning a lot now.
Yes, Honorata, so
Yes,
what are
yes,
these
I am. I have a
impossible
lot.
things?
Yes,
Tell
I
us.
have a lot in my head, but it's still in the process, so I cannot say like exactly, but for sure I have plans to do more.
But
So, and I would like to add to that what Tamara said, that I mean our participants and people like them, their I don't know, they friends, because we had also volunteers like them with us sometimes. They want more, and we will bring them more.
But on the 25th, you are going to train more scholars and people.
Yes, that's also, I forgot about that. Yes. Yeah, on next Thursday we will train more guides. Yes, we will provide the walks, and we will do that. We will train. Yes.
Yeah, and I see people like celebrating this, that more things and like scholars being trained are coming.